close is he to a title shot in sharing the ring with Bud Crawford?
I don't know. But Vergil, he's right there. He's right there. He's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, who knows, a couple of fights or the next fight or whatever the case may be, he might be sharing the ring with Terence Crawford. You never know.
In response to Vergil Ortiz's call-out, Terence Crawford acknowledges that Ortiz is a talented fighter who is demonstrating his skills. He praises Ortiz's ascent and claims the young competitor has what it takes to compete at the highest level. Crawford merely suggests that the future is uncertain when questioned about the difficulty.
Message now to Terence Crawford.
I'm here whenever. I'm ready to fight whenever. I'm here to fight anybody. I don't care if it's Crawford, Spence.
We're just going to continue doing what I do, man. Speaking with complete assurance, Vergil Ortiz asserts that he could defeat Terence Crawford even if he was still in his prime. Ortiz says he respects Crawford's accomplishments and watches every move he makes. However, he has a great belief in his own strength, quickness, and timing. For him, confidence is a reflection of the effort he has put in while gaining weight rather than arrogance. Given that Crawford has one of the best pound-for-pound rankings in the world due to his dominance in several divisions, many consider this to be a bold assertion. However, Ortiz maintains that he doesn't think Crawford is unbreakable and that she may spot opportunities that others have overlooked. Fans and experts disagree on whether the young competitor can truly equal the skill and experience of a seasoned winner like Crawford after hearing his statement.
I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Roots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. That's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. And we're just going to keep doing what I do best.
Many fans immediately liken Vergil Ortiz's victory against Israel Madrimov to Crawford's earlier fight with the same opponent. In response to those analogies, Terence Crawford stated that Ortiz didn't appear dominant even though he prevailed. Crawford noted that Madrimov didn't seem to be as conditioned or keen as he was during their battle. Madrimov wasn't at his best that evening, in Crawford's opinion, and Ortiz's victory didn't say much about how he would perform against a fighter of his caliber. He still sees himself as being on a different level, as evidenced by his composed yet strong response. Fans interpreted his remark as a subliminal reminder that, despite Ortiz's talent, Crawford stands out due to his skill and combat IQ.
Fighters that you would like to fight coming up?
So we got Timzu, we got Crawford, Spence, or I guess you can say the winner of Spence or Fundora. Charlo's is a good one. Who else we got at 54?
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound-for-pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could be the peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
I respect it 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills and I want to see if I can beat you.
Terence Crawford has already planned his next big move. He will make his debut in the 160-pound class on March 28th in Omaha against Carlos Adams. According to Crawford, he intends to remain at this weight for 1 or 2 bouts in order to win another title and become the undisputed champion of 3 divisions. This is a good first test for Crawford at middleweight because Adams is renowned for his strength and stamina. The bout is exciting, but it also begs the issue of whether Crawford will ever weigh 154 pounds again to take on opponents like Duran Boots Ennis or Vergil Ortiz. For the time being, Crawford is concentrating on acclimating to the new category and demonstrating that his abilities can help him defeat opponents who are inherently larger. Many experts think he will solidify his reputation as one of boxing's greatest fighters if he prevails in his upcoming bouts.
He was more prepared for my fight. If you watch him, he was winning the fight, and he gassed out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He gassed out, and he said from, I don't know what type of sickness he had.
So condition-wise, he wasn't as prepared.
Yeah, that he had to pull out the first fight and come back. I don't know, but Vergil did good. Put a lot of pressure on him, and fought a good fight. But you could tell that he didn't leave unscarred. When you look at the faces of both fighters, you would have thought Vergil lost.
Oh, okay. He did hurt his hands. His knuckle was broken. I don't know if you've seen him, like, the last couple of Vergil.
Yeah.
Ortiz, yeah, he had a broke hand, but he said he didn't know anyway. He didn't feel it throughout the fight.
It was a good fight. I thought Madrimov was doing too much moving.
Right.
You know, in the beginning rounds, which that was getting him the rounds in the night, but at the same time, he was exerting too much energy.
How do you feel about when people say, because Eddie Hearn said it, a few people were saying it, that you moved up to 154 and you didn't have the success that you had in all these times, so they're thinking it's because of the weight, when I'm saying it's the style. Madrimov wasn't trying to commit as much, and you hurt him, he never hurt you.
Right.
So how do you feel about everybody saying that?
Well, I laugh. I won the fight. They making it seem like I lost.
Well, Eddie was like, no, I think that night in August, he was like, no, I don't know about that. I think, no, Eddie was, I believe Eddie was saying that.
Eddie was complaining about the scorecards. Nobody said Madrimov.
Eddie was saying that it was closer than that. Maybe Madrimov could have won. Like, he was saying, I think he was. I think he was.
He's trying to get you mad at Eddie.
No.
Although Vergil Ortiz has long stated that he would like to fight Terence Crawford, there have been speculations that he turned down 2 offers from the WBO. Ortiz vehemently refuted those allegations in a subsequent interview, claiming he never got an official offer. He claimed that if the chance had actually been offered, he would have accepted it right away. He emphasized that his squad never declined a battle against Crawford and voiced his annoyance at the ease with which false information disseminated. Ortiz clarified that he respects Crawford's achievements and sees the battle as a challenge that will define his career rather than something to be avoided. Many supporters thought he had avoided the battle, but his response helped dispel their doubts. Ortiz stressed that while preparation and timing are important, the desire to fight Crawford has always been.
Because they all understand that Terence Crawford can drop down to middleweight after defeating Canelo in September and becoming the undisputed super middleweight. Terence Crawford can now drop down to middleweight, 160, right? And become undisputed at 160 with 1 to 2 fights. 2 fights max, right? He'll be 39 years old in September. 2 fights, Terence Crawford can become undisputed, max, at 160. He can fight Carl Sadamis in March. And then he can fight the winner of Lara versus Janibek in the summertime, August, right? And this gives Terence Crawford the history he needs to 1000% cement himself as, in my opinion. It's all opinionated, but this just cements Terence Crawford as top 5 greatest boxers in history, in my opinion. It cements him as top 5 greatest boxers in history because this will make Terence Crawford a 6 division champion and 4 division undisputed champion. That's what that makes Terence Crawford. That's historic. That's absolutely historic. And if Terence Crawford can pull that off, becoming a 6 division champion and a 4 division undisputed champion, that's massive, right? In my opinion, those accomplishments in the fashion that Terence Crawford wins these fights, he's not just winning. When he beat Errol Spence for undisputed, he dominated and stopped Errol Spence in a manner not many people saw coming. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, dominate that fight, make it look easy.
Another well-known super welterweight fighter, Jaron Ennis, also stated that he would like to face Terence Crawford. He did concede, though, that Crawford became the face of boxing with his victory over Canelo Alvarez. Thus it is now up to him to choose his next course of action, and has acknowledged Crawford's accomplishments while stating that he is prepared whenever Crawford is. He clarified that although he doesn't pursue bouts out of desperation, He is aware that taking on Crawford would be an opportunity to demonstrate his abilities against one of the top technicians in the sport. His remarks were viewed by fans as both challenging and respectful. Following his most recent triumph, Jaron Ennis confronted Vergil Ortiz in the ring while juggling his respect for Crawford with his own desire to improve. There was immediate talk of a potential battle after the two competitors engaged in cordial but competitive verbal exchanges. The tension and excitement between the two leading contestants were evident in this particular moment, and presently owns the WBA Super Welterweight title. Prior to his bout with Erickson Lubin, he had made references to wanting to face one of the biggest names in sports. Fans had hoped for what might turn out to be one of boxing's biggest events in 2026 when they saw Ortiz and Ennis share the ring following Ortiz's victory. The interaction demonstrated that both guys are conscious of their expanding reputations and recognize the value of putting on fights that spectators genuinely want to watch.
People wanted to see that fight, you against Terence Crawford. You know, when you was at welterweight, and obviously you couldn't stay at that weight class, but then he moved up. Was there ever a point where the Terence Crawford fight was a reality, like a real offer, like real negotiations going back and forth, or was it never that close?
It was never that close, man. So, you know, I know a lot of people say the WBO president said that we turned on the fight. I never got an offer. I would have said no. I would not have. I wanted that fight so bad. I mean, I'm not the type of person to say, oh, I want to fight this guy and keep pushing it and then get the opportunity and say no. There are fighters like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah,
you know,
we believe that.
I would have said yes, but.
What about your trainer, Robert? Have you ever had a conversation with him about the Terence Crawford fight?
More with my dad.
Okay.
More with my dad. You know, there were some days where he'll be like, you beat him if you fight like this, or if you fight like this, you don't beat him. So,
really? Your father
yeah.
really said
Yeah, he would tell me. No, he tells me the truth. He tells me the truth. If you fight him like this, you beat him. Other days, you're not gonna beat him like this.
You know, you might not remember, but when we had our show, I believe it was called Sweet Scientist at the time with The Zone, and we had you on, and you were one of our first guests, and I asked you about Crawford, and you was like, nah, not yet, I'm not ready for him. You know, that was humble. No one really speaks like that. Now, you was ready for him maybe about 6 months later, but still, you were humble enough to say that. Do you remember that?
I don't.
You know,
no, I don't.
Hell no, you can't.
You got hit with a few.
American former professional boxer Tim Bradley expressed his skepticism on the possible matchup between Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz. According to Bradley, Ennis might not want to take on Ortiz at this point because of the risk involved. He said that before consenting to that battle, Ennis's team could want to wait for a larger payout or a better circumstance. In boxing circles, Bradley's remarks ignited debates. While some fans think Andes would win the battle immediately, others think it would be wiser to create the buzz first. In any case, his remarks heightened interest in an already contentious subject and increased discussion of Ortiz and Ennis rivalry.
I think this is one of the best American fights can be made.
Sure.
And with all due respect to everyone else around the world, I think it has to be in America.
For sure.
Right?
It gotta be. I feel like you gotta do this one in the state because everybody wanna see it. Everybody go. I think it's a pay-per-view fight, and everybody pay to see it, or everybody come out to come see it wherever it's at, whether it's in Vegas, Madison Square Garden, wherever it's at.
What's your obviously you love it in Philly, but I don't think it'll be Philly, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
It's not gonna be in Philly. Yeah.
So where was the ideal spot for it? What deserves to host this fight? Which venue, in your opinion?
To me, either anywhere in Vegas, so like the T-Mobile Arena,
yeah,
or maybe go old school MGM.
Oh man, I love the MGM.
Or we can go Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I think Madison Square Garden would be crazy as well. That'd be historic as well. So either one.
There aren't enough big fights at the big MSG.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the theater.
No, I'm
Theater's
talking about
cool.
the big one.
Yes,
I'm talking about the big one. That's why I say I want to.
Fights.
I feel like I always wanted to fight at MSG anyway. Yeah. So, I like how it looks in there. It's really
incredible.
Nice. When they have fights and stuff in there. So, for me, it would be either the T-Mobile Arena or take it back. We can go old MGM, or we can do, Madison Square Garden.
Do you think he would say yes to MSG because that's kind of a home game for you, right? That's so close to Philly.
I mean, I feel like he has a deep fan base.
Yeah.
I feel like all his fans and stuff will come. It was to be in New York. I feel like they all will come. He got a good fan base. I got a good fan base. I feel like it'll make for a great fight. And who don't want to come to New York?
Oh my God. there was a time where MSG was holding all these big fights, hosting, and now I feel like, every couple of years we got Taylor Serrano. Prior to that, it was, Brooklyn's cool and all, but we got to go back to the Mecca. The Mecca is the best. I would absolutely love that. In your perfect world as well, he fights November 8th.
Yep.
How soon could we get this fight? You obviously didn't get hurt in your fight, I would imagine, right? 72 seconds?
Yeah.
Unless something happened?
I mean, it depends on how his fight go. If he's in a war, maybe we'll see. Maybe April, March, April. If not, if he make quick work of it, we could be back in there sooner. So it's all for real. It's all up to him right now because he the one that has a fight. Hopefully he doesn't get no cuts, no broken hands or anything or anything hurt on him. So it's dependent on him at the moment.
The other two options, of course, Sebastian Fundora. And I think Xander Zayas.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is there is some interest from MSG to have you versus Xander Zayas at MSG. Are you hearing this as well?
I'm with whatever. That's what I can't wait.
You want all these guys?
I
like these options for you.
I'm really about to show y'all. Like I'm about to run through these guys. I'm about to run through these guys and show y'all one by one. This 154 really mine, and I'm gonna shut everybody up. I can't wait. I hear the little chatters and all the little.
What do you hear? What's bothering you? What are people saying?
It's just a little.
They're questioning you.
They questioning, and it's cool, and I love it. They're not doing that, but like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make it worse each and every time for whoever's in the ring with me.
Seeing what Terence did not that long ago, did that give you motivation? Because if for the longest time people were questioning him, doubting him, he wasn't getting the big opportunities, the big hits. Do you see yourself in his journey a little bit as well?
I mean,
The difficulties surrounding a possible fight between Vergil Ortiz and Jiren Ennis were discussed candidly by promoter Eddie Hearn. He said that the negotiations have been challenging because each party feels its fighter should get a larger share, criticizing some of the demands made by both sides. Hearn added that Ortiz's team wants to be fairly acknowledged for his record and support base, while Ennis's team frequently maintains that he is the superior boxer. He noted that while this showdown may be big for the sport, it's stuck behind corporate disagreements and scheduling conflicts. Hearn went so far as to say that, for now, arranging a fight between Ortiz and Crawford could be easier than arranging one between Ortiz and Ennis. Even when both fighters obviously want the fight, his remarks demonstrated how difficult high-profile boxing negotiations can be. Not able to.
And then, all of a sudden, you come up, you got that Benz now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, they didn't want you. Now you hot, they all on you. Yeah. This is one of them situations right here. Well, it's like, oh, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Now you all up on me. Man, did you see Boots? How he jumped up in the ring? I didn't know if that was Boots or Rick Ross. I was like, damn, is that Rick Ross in there? Like, all the jewelry he had and everything. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? Is this the grown-up version of Boots? Because I ain't never seen all them chicken chains all over my man, blinging, blocka, bling, and all up on his chest and everything. I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, this dude got a new persona. Is this the killer Boo? This is what we've been waiting on? Because I'm sitting there going, this is...
Terence Crawford's current weight status was recently discussed by Vergil Ortiz. He stated that because the champion has now bulked up and adapted his physique to the higher weight classes, he doesn't think Crawford would drop down to 154 pounds. Crawford's attention seems to have permanently shifted upward after preparing for middleweight fights and jumping up to fight Canelo Alvarez. Ortiz acknowledges that this makes it more difficult to plan their possible battle, but he still respects it. He went on to say that he is not waiting around and would keep taking on significant battles inside his own division. He is still optimistic, though, that one day their schedules would coincide and they could face off in the ring. The current discussion surrounding Terence Crawford, Jiren Ennis, and Vergil Ortiz demonstrates how intriguing the future of boxing appears to be at the higher weight classes. Ortiz's ascent is being fueled by his self-assurance and desire for major battles. Crawford demonstrates the mindset of an accomplished champion who understands his value with his composed reactions and calculated professional decisions.